Hello, my name is Penny. Welcome to this yoga session. Today we're going to do a yin practice for the chakra, the fifth chakra, Vishuddha. And you don't need any props, but it's going to be really nice if you have some blocks available and maybe even a bolster to lay on and to sit on. You can also use a couple of blankets to sit on as well. So let's go ahead and start. Let's stack our spine, roll our shoulders up, back, and down. And we're going to bring our hands into a mudra for the throat chakra. Now, this mudra is to help with the thyroid gland. So you're going to place your hands in a clasped position and then take your thumb and your forefinger together and hold that right there, and then take it directly up to your throat. And close your eyes. It's always nice to focus on a practice, on some type of either mantra or something that'll help. So the throat chakra works with your voice and your ability to speak and speak your mind. So take a breath in and exhale. And I invite you to either bring some healing into your throat, anything that might be going on, or maybe even work on the ability to speak your truth. And breathe in and exhale. Now there is a seed sound for the throat chakra, and that's hum. So we're going to start with 3 rounds of just hum, H-A-M. So take a breath in. Hum. Hum. Get that nice vibration. Hum. And close your eyes, stack your spine, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And focus on your truth and speaking your truth to others as well as to yourself. Or you can focus on healing your throat, your thyroid gland, or even your neck. Now go ahead and slowly open your eyes. And if your hands are in the mudra, just shake off your hands. Okay, so we're actually going to start today's practice in a lung opening pose. And that's just done with these 2 blocks. And what you're going to do is just lay back on the blocks. Now, if you don't have any blocks, that's okay. Just lay back and use your intention for this mudra, for this pose here. But we're going to lay back and place your lower ribs on the back of this block, and then lower your head onto the block below. Now, for some people, if that block is too low and not comfortable, what I invite you to do is to put that on a higher place on your block. And then go ahead and straighten out your legs if you're comfortable with that. If not, let them stay open. So if it's on the higher end, you're just going to be right here. And if it's on the lower end, I invite you to just hang out right there. And this is a lung bench. And you can close your eyes if you choose to. Focus on opening up your throat. We have Hannigain here joining us, and she'll come lay down with us today. Or she'll lay on us. So you can leave your arms beside you if you'd like. Or if you want, you can actually bring your arms above your head and let your shoulders kind of just lay on that top block. So this would be the advanced move. And just breathe. Now the color for the throat chakra is blue. So you can have blue around you if you feel like you need a little more energy. The planet that rules this chakra is actually Mercury, which is fitting since Mercury is a planet of communication. Take nice cleansing breaths. And if your hands, arms are ever uncomfortable, if they're up clasped above your head, just put them down at your sides. So take a nice long breath in and a nice long breath out. And another long breath in. And as you exhale, place your hands into the floor and very carefully push yourself off of these blocks. And bring your feet in and take your knees and pull them in and straighten your back. Okay, so our next pose that we're going to be doing for the throat chakra is a little bit more to help open up the shoulders. And we're going to come down into a child's pose. Knees apart, feet together. Come into that child's pose and take your right arm up and string it underneath your left. So you're just in a nice twisted child's pose. And you can stay here with your hands in this position, left hand on the floor. And if you like, you can take your left hand and your right hand together and actually come into a prayer pose, and you'll get a better twist. So you do whatever is your comfort. If you would like, and you're doing the prayer twist, and you feel like you'd like to put a block under your head, this is a really nice place. And just breathe. Take a nice breath in and a nice breath out. So back to your options. You can leave your head on the floor. Do your twist this way. You can be in prayer. Leave your head on the block. Or you can just leave your head completely on the floor and do your twist. It's just up to you. And come back to your focus. Take a long breath in and a long, slow breath out. You're going to come out of this very slowly. If you're using the block, just go ahead and bring your hands down and then take the block out from underneath you. Come back into your child's pose. And take a nice breath here. Now I'm going to stay here in this child's pose. We're going to do the other side. So a thread the needle from the other side is come with that left arm is going to come up, right arm in front, and I have my dog here. And you can lay your head here and your hand can be down on your floor. And that could be your beginning pose. You can put your hands into prayer and put a block underneath your head if you choose. And this is a really nice place to stay. You don't have to worry about holding up your head. You can get a really nice stretch through your body. And of course, your other option is to take that right hand down, let your left shoulder relax, and leave your head on the block. So do what's the most comfortable for you. And if you don't have a block, you can always use a folded up blanket to lay your head on. Come back to your mantra, whatever it is, whether it's healing. I'm healing my voice. I'm healing my thyroid. I'm speaking my truth with love and compassion. So I'm going to go with that one today. I'm speaking my truth with love and compassion for the better healing of self and others. And take a long breath in and a long breath out. And if your hands are in the prayer, put your right hand down. Grab your block if you're using one and set that to the side. Press yourself up and come back into that child's pose. And from this child's pose, just hang out. Just a couple moments. You can say to yourself, I am speaking my truth for better healing for myself and for others. Now from child's pose, let's go ahead and come back up. And we're going to take that block. We're going to go into hero's pose for just a moment. But we're going to take this block right here, and instead of lengthwise, we're actually going to put it on the side. Sit down on that block. Bring our knees close together and our feet out. And this can be a really nice place to sit in your meditation. Now this next move is all about the throat, and it's all about opening up the throat. So sitting on your block with your knees together and your heels apart, what I want you to do is just come back on your elbows or on your hands and just open up. This is cowboy, cowgirl, as I've heard it said. So knees are together, feet are apart. And you can come down on your bolster if you'd like, if you want to be on your elbows. And if you'd like, you can just let your head go back. And if your knees come apart, that's okay. Let them come apart. If this is too hard on your neck or you don't want to come all the way back onto your elbows, just come back on your hands and just open up and look up at the ceiling. So you're opening up the front of your hip flexors, but you're also opening up your throat. And if you're comfortable to let your head go back, do that. Take a long breath in and a long, slow breath out. Let's go ahead and push yourself back up and sit in that hero's pose for just a moment. Come off your block. And we're going to open up a little bit of the back of the body. So take your right hand and go underneath your left into a eagle pose. And I invite you to stay in a cross-legged seat just like this. But if you would like and you want to do a full cow face, take your right leg over your left and you can sit in a cow face pose. And just breathe. Now this isn't always comfortable for everybody, so you have the option of sitting in Sukhasana, which would be just a cross-legged pose. So if you want to do the legs version, go right ahead. This is more for opening up your upper thoracic area. And just breathe. Opening up your shoulders, relaxing your back. Come back to your mantra. I am healing my voice, my throat, for the betterment of myself and for others. And you can take a long breath in, a long, slow breath out. A long breath in and a slow breath out. Now you can take your arms and unwind them, shake them out. And if your legs were in cow face, go ahead and take them and put them back into your Sukhasana, which is just a nice cross-legged pose. And if you're staying in Sukhasana, go ahead and switch the cross of your legs and sit quietly there. Now take your left arm out and take it underneath your right and come back into your eagle pose this way, Garudasana. And just opening up your shoulders now. Like I said before, you're welcome to stay in Sukhasana in this cross-legged pose. But if you'd like to get the legs involved, you can just take that left leg over the top of your right. And if you need to take your hands out for just a second to move that foot, just go right ahead. And let's go back to focusing on our breath. Take a nice breath into the top of your shoulders, opening up your back, upper back. You can say the mantra, I am healing my neck, my throat, and my voice for the betterment of myself and for others. I am healing my neck and my throat for the betterment of myself and for others. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. Long breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your arms and just kind of shake them out a little bit. Roll your shoulders around just a little bit. And if your legs are in this cow face, go ahead and come back into a cross-legged pose, back into Sukhasana. And you can always sit up on your bolster for this next stretch. So staying in Sukhasana, or I invite you to come into a cobbler's pose with your feet together, knees apart, a nice diamond. Whatever is the most comfortable for you. And I invite you to curl into yourself, closing your throat off and placing your head either on your fists, on a block, or if you have your feet together in this diamond pose, I invite you to put your knees on your blocks and just come forward. Tuck your chin into your chest for this one. And if you want, you can have your hands in a fist and place your forehead on that fist. And breathe. Speaking truth to self is one of the ways we heal the throat chakra. And speaking truth to self is one of the ways we get clarity in our lives. The throat chakra helps with creativity, with music, storytelling, communication. So they say that the throat chakra helps us in our creativity. And the second chakra also helps with creativity as well, but in a different way. So our throat chakra, we can use it to hum, sing, speak. But part of the throat chakra is also the ears and the mouth and the jaw. So part of our throat chakra is listening to hear what the other person is trying to communicate, not just listening to hear so we can speak again. So let's focus on that. Now take a long breath in, a long, slow breath out, and go ahead and just unravel. Come into a seated position, whether you stayed in Sukhasana with your legs crossed or if you put your feet together in this diamond cobbler pose. Take your knees and push them up together into your chest, and let's just come into a seated position with holding our knees into our chest, and let's take a break from that yoga pose. So that pose there closed the throat off a little bit. And our next pose is going to open with fish. And this is going to be a supported fish. And I'm going to give you some options for your supported fish. So supported fish, you can use blocks. And you can put them on this long length here. Take that down to about the middle of the spine. Place the second block on the lower level, and you just rest your head on that block. And that can be your supported fish. You can leave your legs bent or you can straighten them. And this can be your supported fish. So that is one option. The next option is going to be to take your bolster, line that up with your low back, and then just lay back on that. Now, you're not going to get as much of a throat opening, but not everybody needs that. Options with your legs are to keep them bent, knees together, feet apart. Feet together, knees apart, back in that cobbler position. Or just straighten your legs out. And arms can be beside you. And I'll give you one more thing you can do for this fish. And that is you can just put a block underneath you, one block, and let your head come down to the ground. And that can be your supported fish. So wherever you choose to stay, make that choice and be happy with it. And we're just going to be in this supported fish for just a little while. And if you have a ponytail in the way, just go ahead and move that one direction or the other so that you can be comfortable. And we're going to be here for a little while in the supported fish. You can put a block or use the bolster under your head at any time. You do not have to do a full supported fish. Listen to your body. And listen to your inner dialogue. Keep it kind. Keep it compassionate. At any time, if you're using a block and that gets too much, I invite you to place the other block under your head so that you don't feel like your head is below. If that's any kind of a strain on your neck, and that would look like if you're using blocks on their lowest level like this. Now take a long breath in and a long, slow breath out. Whatever you were doing for your supported fish, go ahead and move those out of the way and curl up into a little ball. And we have one more pose before Shavasana. And that one is going to be legs up the wall. Or you can use a block. So this is going to be a supported legs up the wall. You can also, if it's in your practice, can do shoulder stand. I'm going to show legs up the wall using the block. So place a block underneath your hips and take your feet up into the air. And lay your arms beside you. Now legs up the wall, or just this legs up the wall without a wall, using your hips on the bolster, is the same as the shoulder stand without putting any pressure on your upper neck or thoracic area. And just breathe. You can also use a chair to place your legs on. Come back to your mantra. I am healing my throat. I am healing my voice for the good of myself and for others. Take a long breath in and then just exhale out. I am healing my voice, my throat, my neck for the betterment of myself and for others. I speak to myself with kindness and with gratitude. Breathe in and exhale. And imagine what it would feel like to speak the words to yourself that would give you healing. That would make you feel like you were heard. Now I give you permission to leave your legs up the wall or use this prop that I'm using as long as you'd like. You can stay here 3, 4, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But if you're ready to come out, bring your knees towards your chest. Bring your legs into a supported bridge if you are using the block. If not, if you're using the wall, just roll to the side. Lift your legs up. Remove that bolster. Place your back on the floor. And if your back is a little sore, I invite you to put your knees together and your feet apart. Place your arms beside you. If your back feels good, I invite you to kick your legs out and come into your Shavasana. And take a breath in and relax the things that are the easiest to relax. Tell your toes to relax. Tell your legs to relax, your knees. Invite your hips to relax and your shoulders. Invite your neck to relax, your throat to relax. Invite your eyes to just fall down into your head and relax. Relax your tongue off the top of your mouth. And breathe. Breathe in the truth. Breathe in your truth. Exhale anything that no longer serves you. Now, if you'd like, you can stay in this Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come out and you want to do the closing with me, just roll over onto one side and push up into your seated position. If you have a bolster or a block to sit on, I invite you to sit up on that. Cross your legs comfortably. Stack your spine. Bring your hands back into that healing mudra for your thyroid. So clasp your fingers, thumb and forefinger together. Place that underneath your throat. Send healing energy towards your thyroid or your throat or just your voice in general so that you can speak your truth. We're going to end this session with 3 rounds of the seed sound for the throat chakra hum. Take a breath in. Hum. 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 If your hands are in this mudra, go ahead and take them off and shake your fingers. Bring your hands into prayer. Thumbs at your third eye to remind you to have warm and loving thoughts and see truth. Hands to your mouth to remind you to say warm, kind, loving things to yourself as well as others. And hands to your heart, reminding you that you are truly loved and truly blessed. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming to this yoga session, this yin session for the throat chakra, Vishuddha. I look forward to seeing you again.